Hey everybody, Stephanie here. I wanted to shoot a quick video for you all that have been wondering what's been going on with Jaylen's allergies and the whole testing process. So I thought I would just shoot a video to just kind of give it all in one package. What's been going on, you know, kind of from when he was little all the way up until now. We chose to do a non-invasive form of treatment, so there's no skin grafts, there's no shots, no nothing. So I want to explain, you know, kind of what we've been seeing just in the last, he's been there, what, 3 or 4 times for treatments, and we've just seen incredible results so far. So a little bit of background, Jaylen's 4.5, but ever since he was a little baby, we were noticing, even when I was nursing, I couldn't eat anything that had dairy, cheese, ice cream, like any of the really awesome goodness that I love. I couldn't eat that. I always had to opt out for some dairy-free options, because every time I would eat it and then I would nurse him, he would literally projectile vomit all over the place. And then when I switched him over to formula, when he was about 11 months old, I had to do an organic, lactose-free, dairy-free formula, which he did really, really great with that. And if you need a recommendation, babies only formula, awesome. You can buy it online, or you can get it at, I don't know if Whole Foods sells it anymore, but you can get it at Fruitful Yield. So as he started getting older, we started noticing that he was getting really stuffed up when he would get around dogs, and that's only been about the last 2 years, and it just has been progressively getting worse. Long story short, over the last year, I've had to use a nebulizer treatment with the albuterol 12 times in the last year. So that's once a month. When he's around dogs, he just gets really stuffed up. If he, you know, plays on the floor and there's dog dander, he'll break out in hives all over his face. And then another big thing was peanuts. So we noticed when he was about 2, he ate a peanut, and literally he's borderline anaphylactic. I need to have an EpiPen if he were to ever eat a peanut, because he literally starts vomiting over and over, and as it continues, it gets thicker, and you feel he looks like he's choking on his own vomit. It's really, really scary, and you know, you feel like you're gonna lose him if he were to ever eat it. He can be in the same room as the peanut. He's not, you know, that allergic. It's only when he actually eats the substance. So we landed ourselves in the hospital last month. He had an asthma attack, and he's never had any type of, no one even said anything about asthma, but it was to the point where my you know, 15-minute albuterol treatments at home, it wasn't doing anything, and I was actually giving it to him every 2 hours. And I did a few, and it just wasn't working. So we took him to the hospital. He had to do an hour-long breathing treatment, and then he was okay. But, you know, it's just, it's been a roller coaster, and he's only 4.5, so it's been progressively getting worse. And so we thought, we've got to do something. I'm not very, if you know me, I'm not very keen on taking pills, you know, subscriptions. I'm just not down for that. So I was researching some non-invasive allergy treatments. I don't want to do a skin graft, and I definitely don't want to, you know, some doctors even just give the substance. And I don't want to do that and have him go into anaphylactic shock because he just ate a peanut, when I could have told you he's allergic to the peanut. And I also don't want to do any allergy shot. I don't want to do any shots for a treatment process. It's just not happening. So a friend referred me to this place called Midwest Allergy Relief. It's, I'm local in the Chicagoland area, it's in Arlington Heights. And we went in to get the testing done and then start the treatment process. He's been about 3 or 4 times, and the results have been incredible. So I'm going to show you the sheet of all the stuff that he's allergic to. Everything with a check mark, he's allergic to. What time is it? Okay, we're good. So what they do, and I can't even really explain it because I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor. So they hook you up to a machine And everything in your body, I mean, if you think about your brain, everything in your body, it has some sort of electrical pulse. And so what they do is they hook you up to this machine. So instead of exposing, you know, doing the skin grafts, because I've seen, you know, pictures, if you research allergy treatments, they, you know, some doctors, and I don't even know if a lot of them do this particular thing anymore, but they put a skin graft on your back and they start exposing your skin, and whatever has a reaction, then you're allergic to it. This particular machine, it's backed up by years of science. And so I thought, okay, it's non-invasive. Let's give it a shot. What do we have to lose at this point? So some of the things he's allergic to: chocolate, dairy, cheese, egg whites, egg yolks, soy, yeast, glutamates, MSG, food preservatives, food colors, food flavors, citrus fruits, vegetables, but I won't ever tell him that, okay? Nuts, potatoes, tomatoes, vinegar, beans, lentils, oils. He's allergic to his own digestive enzymes. I mean, you know, come on. Pool chemicals, smoke, perfumes, dust, dust mites, dogs, cats, cat litter, grass, pollens, whatever. The list is long. And so, so we did the testing, and then, but the cool thing is that this machine, it can not only test all the different things, but then it treats all the little components of it, which is really cool. And so he has been treated for the dust and the dust mites, the tree pollens, and what was the other thing that he got treated for the very first time? I can't remember. But at nighttime, he's been sleeping really, really great. After the first treatment, I decided to start with the respiratory and not the digestion. We have a little bit more control over if he were to eat peanuts or not. We have more control over his diet, you know, as far as what I make for him and, you know, the ingredients that I'm using and all that stuff. But you don't really have control over the tree pollens and, you know, allergic to grass. Well, I mean, when you walk outside, that's a problem. So I decided to do the respiratory first. And so at night, he hasn't been snoring. And I was almost getting worried that he was starting to develop sleep apnea because, you know, he would snore and then almost sound like he stopped breathing and then go like this. And then he was just always stuffed up, constantly stuffed up. I mean, he's had a constant runny nose ever since he was little. So we've noticed that, which he's been sleeping better. So he has more energy during the day. He's not as cranky because he's not as tired. His speech is starting to clear up. You know, we weren't really sure if he was almost hearing like he was underwater because he's so stuffed up with all of his sinuses. And if you've ever had allergies, you know what I'm talking about. So his speech has started to clear up and he's talking clearer. And this is just after 3-4 treatments, you guys. So we've just seen incredible results with him, just even with his breathing. I mean, we've been playing outside now that's getting warmer in Chicagoland, finally, hallelujah. And so we've been outside riding our bikes and playing, and he can get outside and play with the dog. The next appointment tomorrow, we're going to be treating the dog allergy. That's something that's really important. So it may only take 2 treatments. I mean, everybody is different. So, I mean, to treat the dust, it was 1 treatment. To treat the tree pollens was 1 treatment. So for him, it's kind of been boom, boom, boom. I don't know if the dog may take 2 or 3 treatments. I'm not really sure, but regardless, it would be really nice to have him go stay at my parents' house. Every single person in my family has a dog. It's just, he's not going to be able to ever get around it. And, you know, if we want to hang out with our family members, there's dogs there. So I would rather treat that so that he doesn't have the reaction. I don't have to use the breathing treatment. And then most importantly, he doesn't have to grow up and constantly be taking medicines and inhalers, you know, all that kind of stuff. So if you would like to go get treated at this place, it's hard to explain, but if you call them, they can explain it to you. They'll be able to send you an incredible informational video on what this actually is. I've been really, really impressed with the doctors over there. you know, at first you're like, is this really working? But he's 4.5. He doesn't know what's going on. And the first time that he was treated, he walked outside and he said, I feel really good. And it was like, I can breathe through my nose, you know? And he's constantly going like this, and he's not having any type of reaction. Like I said, we've been outside, we've been playing, and he hasn't had a runny nose, he hasn't been sneezing. It's been awesome. And now is the time when the pollen is really starting to, you know, get really heavy, and, you know, you're having allergic reactions when you're walking outside or even in your house. You know, how can you get around dust? You're not going to be able to get around dust mites or anything like that. So we've had incredible results so far, and I'm so excited that we've decided to do this treatment. And it's so non-invasive that the last treatment, he actually fell asleep in my lap. He was able to sit on my lap and get the treatment done. And he fell asleep during the whole thing. So that just tells you that I know it's working, number one. Number two, it's non-invasive that my 4-year-old falls asleep during the treatment. That's pretty cool. And I'm excited to see you know, a lot of these big things, what's going to happen. So I'll shoot some more videos and let you know this whole entire process that we're on. I'm so excited. And for all of you who have supported us, thank you so much. Love you, love you. See you on the next one.